All right. Hi guys, welcome. My name is Taz. I am a co-owner of Otaku Plants, and today I wanted to make a video to give you care, I guess, tips and tricks if you're getting in a new plant, especially a starter plant, from a shop, hopefully ours, and you're bringing it to your home, or it's arriving at your house and you're unpackaging it. So when we package our plants, we are very careful about how we package them. We make sure they are wrapped real nice, that leaves soil, nothing's gonna get dislodged. They are packed very tightly in there, so they're not gonna be shaken around. When plants do ship, however, there is a high possibility, not high, but it can happen. Plants they might decline in health. Some of the leaves might yellow, your plant might droop a little bit, especially if you have, like, let's say a dragon breath. It will droop a little bit on arrival, because you're taking your plant from an environment which is literally forced to be perfect for your plant, and then you're bringing it into your home, which the conditions are probably going to be very different from where it came from. You know, no matter where you purchase it from, a greenhouse, my shop, someone else's shop, they probably also have that plant in a very humid, warm, bright environment, and yours may not be. So you will have possibly a reaction because of that. Some of the things that can happen are yellowing leaves, loss of all leaves, which is extreme, but it can happen. It's happened to me many times. Root rot if plants are sent in a lot of water. That happens a lot of the time because there's not a lot of light and there's not a lot of humidity in the box it's going in. It's going to not drink as much water, right? I mean, it's just not. So it's going to sit in water it doesn't need, causing root rot. So when we ship ours, for example, we don't flush them. We give them a little bit of water, and that's it. And then they get shipped. Some tips for when they arrive into your home. Don't repot it. I send all of our plants in clear planters, which I swear by. If you struggle with watering, your habits are to over or even underwater, clear planters are very helpful. They show you the moisture level around your plant, and it's a very good way to tell if your plant is dry or wet, you know, and then you can water it accordingly. Also, if you are unsure, you can grab one of these. I got mine off of Amazon. It's amazing. I love it. Here, maybe you can even scan it. Look at that. I don't think it worked, but anyways, I always water my plants when it reaches about a 3 or 2. For begonias, it's a 4. Like, it just depends on your plant. Some plants are thirstier than others. You know, it just depends. It also depends on your environment, how much you're watering it. I will say, do not put your plants on a watering schedule. People that do this end up killing all their plants. Your plants do not need to go on a watering schedule. There's certain plants I do have a watering schedule for, like a Sansevieria, like genus, because it's every so many months it needs water. It's not when it's dry. It's gonna stay dry for so long, right? It doesn't need water. So I kind of put plants like that. My pothos, they can handle under or over watering. You know, they're pretty hardy in my opinion. So I will maybe do them every 2 weeks or maybe once a week. I will feel how light they are or how heavy. And if it's super light, then I'm like, you need water. And then I'll water it. If you are really scared or uncertain how to water your plants, you can get a self-watering planter. You can get them anywhere, really. I got all of mine off Amazon. Super easy to find. The ones that have the lip that go over are my suggestion. Look, it's so dirty. Yummy. Anyways, it's a wicking system planter, and it wicks water when the soil is drying up. And so when your plant is drinking, it will continue to wick water and keep the soil moist, not wet, moist. Your plants will do great in this. All my Alocasias thrive in these. I have all of my Alocasias in these except my Ivory Coast. Don't panic if you lose some leaves or it droops. It sometimes happens. They have to acclimate, everything you do, it has to recover from it. When it arrives at your home, it's going to be pretty shook. It's going to be pretty shaken up. Its leaves might be pointing up because of the way it's shipped. Give it time. It'll adjust itself. Don't panic. And don't panic and overwater because you think it's sad and needs water. It doesn't. It doesn't need water. What else? Lighting. All of the plants like bright light, right? Some can handle lower light, but if you have them come for the first time, it's a really good idea to put it in brighter light versus shadier areas, because then it'll adjust better. Hello.
Please tell me more about plants.
Shut up. But anyways, if it does come, that will be a really easy way to help it adjust. Give me a second. He's so noisy, oh my god. So watering, oh, and repotting. You don't need a repot. So it shakes them up a little bit. You can if you want. If you're confident enough with your skills and you know that your plant is going to be fine and you're okay with any potential decline from repotting, as that's extra stress that you're going to give towards your plant, go ahead. You do you. However, if you got one from our shop coming to you and you have unpackaged it and you're like, I want to repot it, you know, that seems like fun. Don't. I put all of our plants in very good aroid chunky mixes. So it's not gonna get root rot in there, and it's also in really nice little cute clear pots so that you can see if you're overwatering and you can see the roots. When they start ringing around the rosy at the bottom, then you can change it. But you don't need to if you don't want to. They can go straight in your cabinet if you have one, and if you're not bougie like me with my cabinet, then you can put it anywhere, somewhere nice and bright. I put mine on this little, on my little cabinet and all over the place. They're fine. As long as they're in here, they're fine. Now, a quick Alocasia Care, because most of mine are Alocasias. Some are hardy and they don't give a shit what you do with them. However, some Alocasias we will send sometimes struggle a little bit more. And if you lose all of your leaves, on your stem you will see a dark black line where another leaf is going to come up. Cut above it if your leaf is yellowing. Cut all the yellowing leaves off. It's taking energy from the main plant, trying to heal leaves that are yellowing. So you don't want that kind of negativity on your plant. Okay, just cut it. Shoot, bye bye. Out with the old, and then you wait for the new, and you will wait. It'll come. It'll happen. Don't panic. Promise you. New leaves will grow. I promise. Sometimes I've waited 3 months. And also, if your plant arrives dead, and I mean dead, not on its way out, I mean dead, gone, no hope for recovery, 24 hours. You have 24 hours to let us know, and we will replace your plant if we can. Now, please, please, please keep in mind, we are not a big business. We are not a big little shop. Okay, big little shop just makes sense. We're not a big shop full of hundreds of plants, okay? We have like a few of everything, and that's it. We grow everything ourselves. We're just 2 people. So if you were like, oh, my leaf yellowed after a week of its arriving, I'd like a new plant, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, but we don't have the privilege of just sending out new plants every time someone's leaf yellows. We can't do that yet. I'm hoping one day we can, but right now we cannot, you know? So 24 hours, we would assess the situation and decide if you get a refund, or if we have a spare plant that we can send you, we will. If it did get like destroyed by shipping, or it's some reason the roots are destroyed, or I don't know, something, you know if there's a problem, okay? We have had the best customers so far. Everyone has loved their plants, and all plants have really arrived pretty healthy and thriving now. So I am very grateful to everyone that has purchased plants through our store. It means so much to us. It really does. You don't understand. Thank you, because you are making our dream come true. It sounds so cheesy, but it's true. It really is, you know, to a certain extent, it's pretty true. So again, also, if you have any questions ever about your plant care, let me know. I will answer your questions. I love answering questions, and I'm not bothered by it. I'll answer your question. I'll try to the best of my, ability. I am in no way an expert. I just know from experience, my own experience, nobody else's. And it really matters. Something that might work for me in my home might not work for you in your home. Your personality could affect the way you grow plants. It really can. I feel like it's just the vibe of the person that changes how the plant grows. And that sounds stupid, but it affects how you care for your plant, how you water, how you clean them, how you pot them. It's all of those little things that make a difference. Your environment is obviously a huge, change or effect or variable for your plant's growth. Oh my God, I can't talk. Anyways, also seasons will change your plant wanting or not wanting water as often. So learning about these things and knowing when your plant needs water or needs a clean or needs some fertilizer or needs bug control is very important. We systemically treat our soil with systemic granules. They're off Amazon. Get the big one, not the small one. Pretty much bi-weekly. And we do have gnats, don't get me wrong. We're normal people. We struggle with gnats as well, just like everybody else. But we do treat them quite often. And we don't really have any bugs right now. We use Azamax to clean our leaves. I use Leaf Wellness actually to clean my leaves. But we use Azamax as a systemic preventative on our leaves. It goes into the leaf system. And when the bugs, then they kill them. So it works great, especially for spider mites. So it's not a contact killer though. I don't think so. It might be, I'm not sure. Insecticidal soaps work great as contact killers, and then you follow it up with a systemic preventative. Promise you, it'll work. Always wipe down your leaves. Maybe not your babies when they first arrive, because they're already about to scream because they're tired from their journey. But wiping down their leaves, it's like cleaning your face, cleaning the makeup off your face. You don't want your pores to be blocked. The plants don't want theirs to be blocked. So wipe them off. They will love it. It'll absorb light better, sun, everything. It will love you. I promise. Yeah, I think I covered everything. I don't know. I think I will try and mark what I talk about in each thing, but I'm all over the place. That's very difficult to identify times when I start topics because I kind of go back and forth, but I think you get the gist of it. So if you have any other questions about the products I use, the planters I use, stuff like that, let me know. I do recommend, if you do want to pot up your babies, put them in a 3-inch self-watering pot planter. You can get them off Amazon for pretty inexpensively, pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive, whatever. Don't ever overpot your plants, please. They don't need it. Measure your root ball if you can't, or when you put it in, if they're just touching the edges, you're okay. Don't ever have it bigger and then have a teeny tiny little plant in this massive planter, because it's gonna die from root rot, I promise you. I'm warning you now. You don't want to hear me say I told you so. Okay? So always measure, and if you don't want to measure, just, if it's snug, just squeeze, shove it in there, okay? It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. I promise you, it'll be fine. It'll thrive. Look at my plants. You seen all my plants? They're all happy. I shove them in there. They're tight fitted inside their pots because I ain't messing around with water here. I don't want root rot, and I don't want my plants to die. That would be the worst. That would be the worst. Thanks again, I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that because you know you want to.